Yo, what's up guys, this is Noobs and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to review the newest Arma in the game, which is the newest healing Arma. It is an artifact plus Arma. So yeah, this is probably my first, first time to see this Armas. I mean, not really the first time because I've seen it already in Discord, but I've never knew or know what is the skill effect and stuff like that. But most of you guys, in our group, Facebook group, some of you guys already saying to me or telling me that this Arma is no better than Starfall. So I don't know guys which is which, but yeah, let's try to look at it. Let's go into Divine Arma in here. Okay, so I'm currently using the Starfall as you can see in here, and we have now the Azjora, Azjora's Light, which is the divine guardian of Venus. And I don't really think it's kinda is it relatable or something like that, which is not really relate to Venus because I don't really see Venus using a staff and stuff, that's kind of thing. But yeah, let's try and take a look at it. So this is the skill effects. Wait, I'm just gonna close these things. So as you can see, this one is a defense and healing type of Arma, which is pretty much useful. One thing that I've noticed is Starfall is kind of the same. So that's that. And yeah, pretty much good for the main character. It's pretty much the same if you're going to ask me. Starfall is defense healing and Azjora is defense healing as well. And yeah, let's take a look at the skills in here. Heals an ally who needs help the most. So I think this probably gonna reflect to the lowest HP of your ally. With the power of blessing, heals the 3 allies with the lowest S3. Yes, as I said earlier, this will affect only with the lowest HP of your team. So 60% of overhealing is converted into shield, also purifies a debuff level 4 and increases damage reduction by 35%. Guys, 35% damage reduction with this one is pretty much, I think, kind of useless if you're going to ask me, because if you already cap up the 95% cap of damage reduction, I don't really consider damage reduction within the skills as a useful nowadays, because as I said, the cap of damage reduction is only 94%. You can get damage reduction throughout Raven, Vara, Vivian, and the news here right now, which is Elaine. Meaning guys, I don't really think that this first skill is pretty much useful with the increased damage reduction, but I think it's kind of okay for me with this purifying level 4 debuff, though I don't really think if it's affected with control, because debuff consisting with like weekends, like let's say burning effect, DOTs and stuff like that. Those are the debuff that I know, but control, I don't really think it's considered a debuff, because I don't know if it's a different type of debuff and stuff. But if it is, then probably this one is very helpful. If this debuff can purify a control, then this one got an A plus for me. So yeah, as I said earlier, this one heals 3 allies within the lowest HP, and also 60% of overhealing will be converted into shield and purify a debuff. That's probably the most beneficial for this first skill. And dubs, the damage reduction is pretty much okay, I guess, but as I said earlier, the cap of damage reduction is 95%. I don't really think 35% adding to your damage reduction will be applied if you already have a full stack of damage reduction coming from Raven and Vara or Vivian, or in a newest hero which is Elaine. So probably it can be useful if your enemy have Raven, which we know that Raven can decrease your damage increase, then this one can be helped. But if your enemy doesn't really have any Raven, then I don't really think this one will be useful. So I mean, the damage reduction buff will be useful because, you know, if your enemy doesn't really have any Raven, then there's no way that your enemy can remove your damage reduction at most of the time. So yeah, that's my my opinion about the first skill. Let's go with the second skill. Second skill, this one will be the first one that you will going to cast in your um, battle, as it's cost only 55 rage, and I think the ultimate here casts 65 rage, meaning the second skill will be always be the first one that will be casted in the battle. But as I already read a little bit of the second skill because I'm kind of a bit curious, because you know they have the difference. I mean, they have the not really have difference with Starfall, so I'm a little bit curious about the second skill, and I see that this one also attacks all enemy, so it's pretty much the same if you're going to ask me. So this second skill is a Holy Light will cleanse all enemies and attacks all enemies dealing a damage, has 35% chance to silence the target for 1 round and 40% chance to remove 2 buff from the target. So I think this one is pretty much good, considering most of the time or all of the people right now using the Heavenly Blessing, which adds dodge and crit rate, right? So I think this is pretty much useful if you're going to ask me, because it will cleanse your enemies to buff, but I don't really think it's pretty much accurate that it will be cleansing those dodge and crit rate at most. So it's a random thing, and this one is only a chance, as you can see here, has a 35% chance. I mean, is it chance? Oh no, 40% chance. Yeah, 40% chance to remove 2 buff from the target. So it's only 40% chance, so it's not really that 100% accurate. So yeah, so we also have here the level 3 empower unlock. Enhanced silence effect, guaranteed to silence the enemies with the highest attack for 1 round. So that's pretty much useful if you're going to ask me. Because imagine you're using this Arma and you applied a silence 100% if you only got this one into empower 3. That's the only disadvantage if you're going to ask me. This one's only unlocked at level 3 empower, which if you're going to ask me, is it easy to empower your Arma? I don't really think so, because as you can see, my Starfall is still 2-1, because probably I'm not really focusing on empowering my Arma. Maybe I can soon, but for now I'm not really sure if I can make this Azjora, if ever I'm gonna use this Azjora as my Arma. I don't really think this, I mean, I can empower this one to 3 because it's new, and probably you need to spend a lot of money for this one, right? So yeah, going back with the second skill in here, as I said earlier, there's no really difference from Starfall and Azjora second skill, because you need 55 rage, and this one attacks all of the enemies. But I think, let's see if there's a difference in here. Wait, this first is skill, because I'm gonna talk about this one for now, because some of you guys kind of comparing which is good, Starfall or Azjora. So let's compare with the first skill first. Or I think I'm gonna do that earlier. Oh no, I'm gonna do this right now. So as we said earlier, first skill of Azjora has this healing 3 allies with the lowest HP, and also 60% converted healing to shield, and purify a debuff level 4 with those 3 allies that's being healed, and as you can see, increases damage reduction by 35%. So for the first skill of Starfall in here, heals wound allies. Wait, alleviate. Wait, what? Alleviate T-Spins? What? Okay, heal 3 allies with the lowest HP for those damage. 60% overheal grants them 40% chance damage after, and one of them grants 40 rage. Oh, okay. I mean, dude, if you're going to ask me, first skill of this two, I think I'm just gonna go for Starfall. Because, yes, they have both 60% overheal will be converted into shield. They also have the grants 40% damage, 40% damage reduction. And I think the only difference for them is the silence. right? The silence. And this one grants 40 rage, can exceed also, can be exceeded 100. So for me, silence or increased damage. It's a little bit, it's a little bit um it's a little bit hard to decide if you're going to ask me. Oh, this one is not silence. Sorry about that. This one is purify. Yeah, purify a debuff. So let's go. Let's see what would be the best, purifying or what is it? Rage increase. What do you think, guys? I think it's kind of better to have rage increase, because that's the main key in the battles, which is increasing your rage. So for me, I'm still gonna go for Starfall. So yeah, overall they have different effects. 3 allies will be healed. 60% of overhealing will be converted into shield. The only difference in here is purification and also the rage increase. Both of them have this damage reduction by 35%, if I'm correct. Yeah, damage reduction. This one is already a maximum level, so it's 40%. So I think they have a both 40% damage reduction if my Azjora's Light will be skill upgraded to level 10. That's my opinion. But yeah, let's move on with the second skill. So let's read first with the Starfall before we consider reading the Azjora's level. I mean, the second skill. We already read that, but yeah, I'm just gonna read this one as well. Okay. So Starfall in here attacks all enemies, as I said earlier. Also has 50% chance to taunt for 1 round and gains the blessing on converted 60% damage taken to HP. Okay, does not exceed 60% max HP. Okay, effect lasts 2 rounds. So this one prioritize taunting the enemies and converting the damage, or converting, what is it again? Blessing that converts 60% damage taken to HP. So instead of getting damage, you will get healing effects. Okay, does not exceed 60% max of HP. Okay. For the power, enhanced taunt effect, increasing the taunt chance by 10%. So this taunt will be 60% towards the enemy have the lowest HP themselves. Oh, so this applies only for the enemy with the lower HP than self. So this main character, if you're going to, consider using this skill effect, consider yourself having a high HP if you're going to ask me. Sorry about that, it's got disconnected. So let's continue in here. Sorry for the disconnection. So overall, as I said earlier, your MC should have a higher HP to use, or effectively use this Empower level 3 in here. And I think it's kind of okay for me, as I don't really have any Empower level 3 for now. But overall, guys, silence versus stunting. What should we do? This one silence the enemy with the highest attack for 1 round. So this one kind of effective if your enemy does only have one high attack damage, because most of the time those are the new meta right now. 1 damage dealer, 2 supports, and 2 tanks. Those are the main metas right now. So I think this is pretty much useful if you're going to ask me. But I don't know, guys, because there's a lot of there's a lot of what do you think about it? I don't know how to pronounce it, but there's a lot of things going on within the battle, right? You can get stun, you can get silence, and you can't really do anything about it. And most of the time, you need a purifier, right? Purifying your, let's say, stun, purifying your silence. Those are the buff. You need those. Those are the things that you need to prioritize in this game if you're going to ask me. So, silence. Overall, if you're going to ask me, guys, I think I'm just gonna still go for Starfall with the taunting itself, because yes, you can get damage a little, but still you can convert your HP. You can convert the damage to your HP and stuff like that. And this one is taunting, right? And of course, I think silence will be enough. But considering this one only silences one hero, right? So, and also as you can see in here, the second skill has a 35% chance to silence the target. Yes, but in a level 3 empower, it's only silence one hero with the highest attack, meaning only one can be can be cancelled and stuff. So meaning for me guys, Starfall will still wins with the second skill. As you can see, as I said earlier, this one taunts the enemy. As you can see here, enhanced stance, increasing taunt chance by 10% towards enemies will have lower HP than self. Meaning if there's a lot of if there's a lot of opponents that have lower HP than you, then probably they have more 10% chance to get taunted. So yeah, also this one always choose an enemy from the front row. Okay, so that's pretty much, I think that's pretty much good, because front rows are the most crucial enemies in your battles nowadays, because they have silence, they have stuns, they have buff which increase damage reduction and stuff like that. So I think this stunting can cancel those kind of stuff. So still, Starfall going with my side for this one. Okay, so yeah, let's move on with the ultimate skill in here. So I don't really have any idea of the ultimate skill of Azjora's Light, and a little bit for Starfall. I'm not really, used on reading stuff like this. But yeah, here is Starfall triggers the power of divination or divination of and offer glimpse of the fortune or future, heals all allies. There you go. 60% chance of overhealing is converted into shield and grants a buff that resurrect dead allies with 80% 80% HP if they die within 5 rounds. Up to 1 resurrection per ally. All allies also gain a random fate roulette buff that has one of the following effect. So 50% chance to convert 70% damage taken into healing for 2 rounds, 30% chance to reflect 50% chance of damage taken for 3 rounds, and 20% chance to gain immunity control to control effects once for level 3 for 2 rounds. And for the level 8 empower, increase buff and resurrection effect revives within 100% if killed within the next 5 rounds. Revive buff lasts for 5 rounds, which in each ally can be revived once damage taken by all allies, and reduced by 40% for 3 rounds. Fate roulette buff. So for the fate roulette, I think has a 30% chance to convert 80%. Oh, okay. Though it's lower if you're going to ask me. I mean, as you can see here, 30% chance to convert 80% damage taken into healing. The original here is 50% chance to convert 70%. I mean, it's slower, but the convert damage is higher. It's kinda give and take, I guess. For the other one, 20%, 20% chance to be immune to level 3 control effect for 2 rounds. Oh. Okay, it's added like... Wait, what? It doesn't really have any difference, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I think there's no difference. I mean, with the chance of reflecting, or chance of to be immune, it's still 20% chance if you're going to ask me. But the other one in here has 20% chance to restore maximum HP every round. Oh, I got disconnected again. What? Dude. Dude, I'm kind of having some sus in here. Why I got Daisy if ever I don't really have? I mean, I don't really do anything in here. I always got Daisy. I don't know why. But yeah, as we said earlier, that's the stuff that you can get. I don't really see any difference within the Empower, level 8 Empower, other than 100% HP after getting killed, and the adjustment of 30% chance converting to 80% damage taken into healing and stuff like that. So I think the main key point in the level 18 power of Starfall is the 100% chance of of resurrection after getting killed and stuff. So yeah, overall still a good effect within the skill, you know. A resurrection, have some roulette and stuff like that. I don't know about Azjora, so let's take a look at it. So let's go. Azjora. Azjora, what do you give to us? So it's not really that good. I mean, not really good, but not doesn't really have like the roulette and stuff. So Azura's blesses everyone with eternal life. Heals all ally. 60% chance of overheals converted into shield. Allies gain a resurrection buff. Resurrect ones with the only with 50% HP if dying with the next 5 rounds. Also remove one buff. Dude, that's his buff. What? What? I mean, it's okay, but it doesn't specify in here what buff is it. What if the buff is kind of benefiting your team? That's kind of crucial if you're going to ask me. Though the level 18 power in here, Azure removes all the buff and grants 40% damage reduction. Though, dude, I think this ultimate in here is pretty much good if you're going to ask me. It has a Starfall skill effect, which is converted healing into shield, and also the resurrection stuff and stuff like that, which, you know, if once you get resurrected, you have 50% or 80% chance, 80% HP after you died or after you get resurrected for the next 5 rounds. But this thing also removes one buff and grants immunity control effect. Level 4 for 1 round. Dude, 1 round. I know it's only one buff, but what if you're going to throw this one every round? You will lose one buff every round. I know you can still get a buff, I guess, every round, because, you know, maybe you can, you know, execute some buff within a round or within 2 rounds and stuff. But dude, I think it's okay for me with the level 80 power. You know, removes all the buff and grants 40% damage reduction for 1 round stuff. But level 8 in power is pretty much, you know, unrealistic if you're going to ask me, considering this one's pretty much new Arma, so I don't really think you can get this one. I mean, you can get this one level 8 in just a day. You will spend a month or probably a year just to get this one in level 18 power. And considering you're going to play for a year, then probably there will be more better than this, you know. Overall, okay, I'm not being biased. Overall, I think Starfall is still going to win for this one. You know, taunting, roulettes and stuff also have this, as you can see in here. What is it again? No, not this one. This rage increase. Yeah, that's what I want to say. Rage increase, taunting, you know, resurrection and stuff like that, plus the roulette. If it will give you a random buff, 50% chance to convert 70% damage taken into healing, 30% chance to reflect 50% damage taken for 3 rounds, 20% chance to get immunity control once, level 3 for 2 rounds. Dude, that's kind of okay already if you're going to ask me. So Starfall, I'm still gonna go for Starfall. But overall, that is the newest Arma, guys, which is Azjora's Light. I know this has a potential being a good Arma, if you're going to ask me. But I think if you're going to be a non-VIP player and just want to have fun in the game, Starfall is very easy to get nowadays, considering you going to join some events which give you some, Arma chests or artifact Arma chests. You can get a Starfall there, guaranteed. So yeah, that's one of the reason also why I get my Starfall to 2-1 already. As you can see in here, there's a lot of way you can get Starfall nowadays, and I think the only problem for me now is getting the domain crystal level 6. So this is my one of my problems. I know I have 5,000, but who knows? Who knows if I can get more Starfall sigil? Then I'm probably gonna have a lack of this. I don't know. But yeah, that is my review for Azjora. Overall, guys, I'm not being biased. I think Starfall's still gonna win for this one, considering you have taunting, you have rage increase, you have rollets that can give you a buff, randomly 3 buff considering. So yeah, Azjora, I think probably be good if you're going to be a pay to win player or spender, especially you have if ever you can reach to the point where you can unlock the level 18 power. This one's pretty useful if you're going to ask me. So yeah, I think that's all, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please click like, and also if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and click the bell button to get notified for more videos. So I think that's all. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like and share, and see you again in the next video. Bye.